Hi, this is Miss Millon. I teach 5th grade, and today I will be reading Tree Man by Carmen Agra Deedy and illustrated by Douglas J. Pont. In a dwindling forest, deep and old, by the banks of a river, dark and gold, there lived 3 friends. A boa named Anaconda, a sloth named Slow Jim, and a toucan named Bill, just Bill. The 3 friends shared a breezy, sprawling tree by the river. From there, they could look out into the forest they loved, the red-berried fire trees, the fragrant jacaranda trees, and the cherry banana yellow of the balsam pear trees. The tree amigos loved the trees in their forest more than anything else except each other. It was practically paradise. One balmy evening, a low-flying plane lost a mail bag while flying over the rainforest. It could happen. Ask any tourist. Anaconda, Slow Jim, and Bill, just Bill, watched in wonder as their sky blazed with color. The cards and letters fluttered to the forest below, and one landed right on Bill's bill. You and I would have recognized it as a Christmas card, but to our friends who had never heard of Christmas, or you know who, it was a total enigma, and that means it was very puzzling. The 3 friends gathered around the fallen card and stared at the picture of Big Red. He had presents piled high around his feet, and his left arm rested on the most unusual tree they had ever seen. "What could it mean?" asked Anaconda. "Would you look at that fruit?" said Slow Jim. Bill said nothing at first. Then suddenly, his eyes widening, he slapped himself on the bill and proclaimed, "Compadres, I have it. It is as obvious as the bill on my face. You leave this fellow presents, and he leaves you a tree. I believe, my friends, that this is the Tree Man." At first, Anaconda and Slow Jim were speechless. Jim was the first to speak. "Are you sure you're not barking up the wrong tree, hermano?" he asked. "You know, if Bill is right, I'd love a tree like that," said Anaconda dreamily. "It's greener than any tree in our forest." "And would you look at that fruit?" Slow Jim added. Bill, just Bill, wasn't listening. He was watching the smoke rise at the edge of his beloved forest. "This card did not just fall from the sky," said Bill, waving the Christmas card empathetically. Anna and Jim listened politely as they watched Bill pace back and forth out on a limb. "This tree man comes when we need him the most, just when our own trees are disappearing. You think the tree man would bring us one of those trees?" Anna wondered, and her eyes brightened as she looked at the Christmas card. "I don't know," said Bill. "What could we leave him?" "Why do we have to leave him anything?" asked Anna archly. "Why, Anna, how could we take such a splendid gift and not leave anything in return?" said Jim softly. So the 3 friends agreed that they would leave presents for the tree man. Each would select a gift from among his or her most prized possessions, and like the 3 kings of long ago, they went in search of their offerings. Bill, just Bill, flew through the forest and paid a visit to his fine feathered friends. Anaconda slithered off in search of succulent fruit, and Slow Jim just hung around and thought. That night they presented their gifts for the tree man. Anaconda offered her precious hat. Bill, just Bill, left a bit of himself in a feather boa. Slow Jim gave the shirt off his back, because he's that type of guy. Carefully, they tacked the card to their tree. In a corner, they left this message. Dear Tree Man, please leave a tree for us like the one in this picture. Muchas gracias. Your tree amigos, Anaconda, Slow Jim, and Bill. Just Bill. Then the friends tried to settle down for the night. I'm too excited to sleep, whispered Slow Jim. Jim, be quiet or you'll scare him away, hissed Anna. Morning will come much sooner if you two would just go to sleep, suggested Bill helpfully. The three were soon lulled by the sounds of the raindrops in the forest. When they awoke the next morning, their gifts were gone. In their place was a very exotic tree. Would you look at that fruit? Exclaimed Slow Jim, reaching for a sample to taste. Phew! He spit out the first bite. Things always look different in the catalog, Jim, said Anaconda wisely. Don't you agree, Bill? But Bill, just Bill, wasn't listening. His eyes wandered from the prickly little fir to the lush trees all around him. Not quite what I expected, but lovely, he muttered to himself. As the inky smoke spiraled in the distance, Anna looked up sharply. What about the other trees, Bill? Jim, who had been sprucing up the little fir, looked to Bill expectantly. Bill, just Bill, sat very still on his birch and thought. As usual, Anna and Jim waited patiently for their friend. One tree at a time, amigos, he finally replied. One tree at a time, echoed Anna with satisfaction. Mango. I think I'd like a mango tree next, chimed Jim, hopefully as they retreated with their new tree deep into the forest they loved. It was still practically paradise. One balmy evening, a pilot dropped a parcel. The mysterious message on the photograph read, Dear muchachas and señorita, thanks, thanks, thanks. No one ever thinks of leaving me presents. Your friend, Nicholas. P.S. Have you given a thought to next year? Mango, perhaps? The end. That was Tree Man by Carmen, Agra, Deedy. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great rest of your week.